The system includes air compressor, a water pump, a high pressure air compressor, a reactor heater, pneumatic valve, and the high pressure air compressor switch, reactor, pneumatic switch, steam generator. Compressor, working condition. Okay, tube broken. You have to replace both tube. This tube corrosive, cannot use for safety consideration. During application, this valve must fully open. You can see when the air compressor stops working, we start to operate the pneumatic valve here to see what happened. Very fast. Pneumatic valve working okay. And now the pressure is low, so it's quite slow. You have to let the pressure go higher. Higher the pressure, faster the valve. So you have to maintain your compressor with enough pressure, then you can only control the pneumatic valve. If the tube for the compressor to the pneumatic valve is still working, but better you change one to forbid leaking during your work. And to install the reactor, the tube is fully corrosive, so you can install a new tube. That one you can buy from Mr. DIY. You can see now. To install this tube, you can push this down, push this in, and push the tube in, then pull out. Well, every time after you finish the working, you release the gas inside the compressor. Don't let the gas to keep in the compressor. Then after you finish releasing the gas inside the compressor, you can release the water from the bottom valve. Release the water from the... Then you can got your air compressor in ready for next time use. This bucket is fully decomposed, very fragile now, so cannot use. You replace a new one, and when you apply the high pressure compressor, you must have water flow to forbid overheat. Check about the high pressure compressor. This is to provide high pressure air to your reactor through the tube. This one, because the oil is too many years, it's better you replace the oil before start use. You can call us for replacing the oil for you. This one is still function good. You can see it's a bit off it. Check about your heat for the extra heater. The heater we check is this on here. We turn on the power. You see the indicator was on. Pay attention to the fan at the behind. Make sure the fan is working. You can turn on the power for the meter. Turn on the power for the meter for all 5. Set the temperature to what you need. You check about whether it's underheating. If the temperature rises, you can choose to set the temperature and select the position. Use up down to increase and decrease. After you finish set, you can click set key to save your setting. We can waiting for it to heat to 40 degrees to double confirm that your heater is under function. Basically, based on the checking, your heater is under function. After you finish your reaction, you can click the power to stop the heating, and then you can off the power to fully turn off the power. But every time when you use the heater, make sure the back fan is in good condition. Now all the temperature has reached to 200 or have error 201, and the light start to sparkle. It's not heating anymore. The temperature control and stop at the setting point based on the checking the heating for the reactors. No problem. Now everything is ready. You can turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off, and turn off. And if you don't use, you pull this one out, pull out, pull it beside to keep for safety. This one, if you don't use, turn off, and if you don't use, turn off power. Later you can turn off. For the steam generator, you must check the water level at the bottom. And if there's no water, you need to top up water frequently. Don't use a big bottle. You can try use this to fill in the water to forbid it spill out to got a short circuit. When filling the water, you open here, and this one you keep it always open because you need the steam to go out. Otherwise, you will go explosion here. But when you apply 1, 2, and 3 must be switched off, and you will be start to use. Now I'm doing filling the water. I close here first before if I want to fill in the water in, I must close the bottom valve, then I can start to fill in the water. But I'm still doing some flushing. Steam generator to make it to be got clean. If flush sometime, then we will add in enough water until maximum here and minimum here. You can fill in the water to maximum level, then it will last longer. If you need to repeat the reaction at the same time, then you don't need to frequently fill the water, but you have to stop when the water level become low to top up water, but cool down before you top up to forbid injure yourself. The steam generator, we check about the connection. Everything is ready. You can recording this generating, then you will see what happened when you turn on the power. You can turn off this one first. Turn off this one first, and then you will turn on it later. When you plug in the power supply, turn on. See, it's now under heating. Then this tube will generate heat, but before it heat, you turn off here, then the steam generated will go through this tube to outside. So now I'm using this valve. This is a 3-way valve. Here got a indicator, but it's already color disappear. You mark it later. Now I let the color to go outside. It can be for testing, and then during the experimental run, you can let it go to the reactor side by control and the valve to control the pressure. You ask Hasna to help you. Don't do alone if you has not joined the training before to forbid got accident. Now the steam generator has to prepare the steam, so you can let the steam to go sideways as what I do now to exhaust the extra steam from here. Then after it's ready to use, you can lead to the reactor for your sample treatment. We will check whether there's any leakage. This is not correct. During your filling water, you try to not leak water on the top of the surface, or you wipe it directly. If there's any problem, better you prepare a bottle, then soak in pull inside. The steam has started to generate. You can see the steam has constantly coming out from here. So everything is ready. You can start to do your experiment. The steam to the reactor side, we can see the reactor was start to go in with steam. You can switch. If you don't need the steam to reactor side, you can switch off the reactor. Doing like after you finish, can turn off the steam power supply, turn off the power. If you, for safety, you can switch off the main power. Then the power next time when you start.